All right, we should be live. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm just getting started here. So bear with me as I set things up. Also, there seems to be like some sort of construction or something going on here at my place. So, yeah, we might be having some issues with that, but we'll do our best to try and muddle through. Had an opportunity to go live and didn't want to waste it just because the neighbors are being loud. Harry Moody is here. I'm just getting set up in chat. Hi, Harry Moody Reactions. Welcome back to the show. TestTube is here, and Amanda's Right Life. Wow, you guys are awesome. Somebody's got notifications on. I love all of you. Let me just get things set up here, and then we can dive right in, doing channel reviews, answering your questions, 3 Hype House. While I'm doing this setup, can I get an audio check? I'm using my Fine microphone for the second time ever going live. I've set it up a little differently this time versus last time, and so I'm hoping that it's good. So if you could please let me know, a little 5x5. Give me a score out of 5 for my volume and a score out of 5 for my clarity. That's how they used to do radio checks back in the day. And I'm just doing some sharing here, posting it on the Small YouTubers Boost Twitter, which you can find at YouTubers_Boost. If you're not following us there, feel free to. It's one more way you can find out about the live stream. The way we currently do things is first in chat, is first to get their review or their question answered or whatever it is. So it's a first come, first serve operation right now. I am open to considering other ways of organizing my live streams, but for now, that just seems to be the fairest way to do things. It's relatively simple, but yeah. So just showing it to some Facebook groups, most notably Small YouTubers Boost, the name of this here channel. Also, sort of where this sort of dimension of my YouTube adventure began. I joined the group back in December of 2016. And basically, yeah, it was like the previous month. I think, yeah, it was like November of 2016. I remember I said to myself, you know what? I'm sick of just not, doing better on YouTube, basically. I'm sick of not being a success on YouTube. And so I just made this decision that I was going to go out and I was going to do everything I could to learn the technical stuff that was probably holding me back. So I'm just going to quickly pin the announcement here in Small YouTubers Boost. And so I joined some groups, and some were great, and some were horrible, and some were in between. A lot of them were sort of more on the horrible side of the spectrum. I'm not mentioning any names, so I'm not, throwing shade or nothing. But it was just what I experienced. I remember there was this one group I had like a not quite rising to the level of traumatic, but a not great experience in, where they had 10 rules, and the rules would change based on what day of the week it was. And they capped their group at like 500 people. And so they were constantly kicking people out if they weren't active enough. And they were constantly cracking down on people for violating these really Byzantine complicated rules. And so I very much don't want to be doing that sort of a thing. And so eventually I became a moderator and then later the administrator of Small YouTubers Boost. And I've had the specter of that experience, I think, in the back of my mind ever since. Because we couldn't get a good conversation going. Because the rules were just constantly shutting everything down. And so when I joined Small YouTubers Boost, within like a day or two of it being created, there were only 4 rules, and that appealed to me. And so I have basically vowed that it will always only have 4 rules, because otherwise things get out of control with the rules and stuff. So anyways, let's see who's in chat. JT Halo 9 is here. Welcome back. Frankie London. Oh, 3 Hype House, C Young 5. Welcome back. It was interesting because I put out a couple clips here on this channel recently of my live stream, like 2 live streams back, the one from like November where I reviewed your channel. And I went looking for your channel, and I wasn't sure if I was finding it or not because, I assumed you had sort of changed your name, which was something we talked about during the live stream. So anyways, welcome back. Let's see here. TestTube gave me a 5.5. Cool. I want a channel review when it's my turn. Finally made it to the live stream. Just watching, no review needed. How close is your channel to 1,000? My primary channel, Vacation Impossible, is actually creeping up on nearly 2,000. We're about 80 subscribers away from that. This channel here, Small YouTubers Boost, is about 9 subscribers away from 1,000. And what's really exciting about that is that I want to get the community, community post available. And I also want to be able to go live on mobile. And so what's that all about? Part of that is that sometimes I want to write something that's sort of like a blog post. I don't want to go create like a Tumblr or WordPress blog, whatever. Like I don't want to have a whole other thing that I have to administrate. So what I've been taking to recently, let me see if I can show you here. Let's just see how this looks. This should be... Oh, I know what I missed in the URL there. Let me just make sure that that's looking right. Okay. I want to get this ready so that it doesn't display the wrong thing. Okay, hopefully this will work. There we go. So what I've done, I need to do a lot of work on this. What I did is I created a LinkedIn page for Small YouTubers Boost. One of the challenges of Small YouTubers Boost is there's a lot of like knockoffs out there, particularly Facebook groups, but there's some other things here and there. And so one of the things I've been trying to do, I try to practice what I preach when I can. And so I'm trying to lock down the name so that other people can't kind of pretend to be us. One of the challenges that happens to both myself and some of the other moderators is that we'll get contacted and they'll be like, oh, here's screenshots of this person misbehaving in the group. And we're like, okay, then we can't find them. And then only through a series of time-intensive back and forth, we finally realize they're talking about one of the imposter groups, one of these knockoffs. And so we just waste a whole bunch of time and like, it's not our group. We can't do anything about it. And it's kind of given us a bad name, which is unfortunate. So much like I advise small YouTubers to do, or YouTubers of any size, honestly, lock down your username wherever you can. And so I created a company page on LinkedIn for Small YouTubers Boost, just trying to stay ahead of the curve with these imposters. And so what I was wanting to do was, I've been thinking every now and then that I want to write some longer form content about YouTube, something like a blog post. And so I thought, okay, maybe this would be the place to do it. And so like, for example, here I'm talking about... just get this positioned nicely there. So here, like, I wanted to talk about how manual sharing can be frustrating sometimes for a small YouTuber. If you're going into a lot of Facebook groups, you're going into a lot of subreddits, you're going into a lot of message boards, it can take a lot of time, but sometimes that's where your audience is. And the challenge of the fact that each one of those places are going to have their own set of rules. And so, I was talking about that and that investment of time versus investing time in SEO. So that if you just have a title description, meta tags, and other things on your video, that your audience will find you rather than you trying to find your audience. And so I wanted to write about this. And then I went to go post it on LinkedIn, and the character limit was like 700 characters, and I didn't know that for a page post. For a personal post, it's like 1,200. I don't know why there's a difference. But anyways, and so I thought LinkedIn would be a great place where I could maybe write a little bit. But now I realize that it's a little bit more limited than I expected. So I'm hoping community posts here on the YouTube channel might be a better place and also maybe engage more of a conversation around various subjects. The other reason I'd love to hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel is to get live on mobile. Because every now and then I'll be walking home from a day job or I'll be doing something somewhere and I'll have this idea about something that like, oh, here's a tip or here's something I saw you should know about or hey, update, YouTube is down or something, whatever it is. And since I can't go live on this channel, although going live on YouTube to say YouTube is down would be counterproductive, but for other things like I had, just a thought about meta tags or a thought about descriptions or whatever, thumbnails, what have you, or content. Because sometimes I see something in the news and I'm like, oh, there's a great opportunity that a YouTuber who's in a different niche than me could really capitalize on that. Like if there is a country or a city that's coming up in the news a lot and people don't know how to enunciate it properly, I suggested to somebody who does pronunciation videos that, hey, that might be a great time to do that. Things like that. And so depending on what it is, if it's general or broad, I would love to go live on mobile. It takes less setup time than everything you see here. Not that this is very fancy. And so what I've been doing is I was doing live stories on Instagram. But I don't think that that's the right platform. I've recently put my old quick little tips into some highlights. So you can check out Small YouTubers Boost on Instagram and check those little highlights, just some short little thoughts about descriptions and things like that. But I just think having it centralized on YouTube makes a lot more sense, because that's where YouTube content creators are. We're already on that platform. So asking them to go to Instagram, asking them to go to, Twitter or LinkedIn doesn't seem as great. So that's what I would really like to hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Anyways, I don't think that was a full request. That was just a thing that sort of came up. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to go live. Should be at least half an hour, but could be as long as like 2 hours. I don't know. I'll do my best. So anyways, yeah, first off, we had test tube. Once I get branding done, name. Yes, I noticed you've been changing your name quite a bit there. I'll do that. Oh yeah, Amanda was talking about making banners in the group. I did see that not too long ago. Oh, yeah, the Talency creatively thing. I would love to hear more about that, because I don't think I'm violating any confidences to say that I used to have like a light arrangement with Talency. It was just sort of an affiliate thing for the most part. But I did sort of review their product, and, it had its place. It did some things others didn't. I don't think it was as great as, like TubeBuddy or something. Which, if you don't have TubeBuddy, get the free version. Just click the link below. Just get it. If you don't have it, it'll change your life on YouTube. But yeah, and so Talency I didn't use very much, but at least I knew a little bit about it. I kid you not, in my entire arrangement with them, I made $1. Full disclosure, $1 whole dollar. Not that that's what I was in it for. I was trying to get useful products to YouTubers that'll make their lives easier. But and so anyway, suddenly they like disappeared off the face of the planet. The affiliate links don't work anymore. I could still log in and use the site, but it was like, and I tried contacting them on Twitter and through other means, and I couldn't get a response. And so recently, a group has reached out to me called Creatively. And I'm like, okay, so I was checking out their website, and I saw that all their social links went to the Talency stuff. And so I'm like, wait a minute, are you the same company? So I'm currently in conversation with them, because I would like to know more about that. For one thing, if they're not bringing back those affiliate links, I want to go remove them from all my past videos that I have them on. So anyways... yeah, so I'm wondering how Creatively will be different from Talency and stuff like that. So I'm just waiting on some answers there. And then, yeah, I might go test them out and let you know what what Talency in a funny hat basically is like. So that's just something there. Amanda's Right Life would like a channel review. And it has been a while. And I know that you've tried different things. So let's go take a look here. See if I can give any useful feedback. Because sometimes I think it really does feel like... Let me just get rid of this. I think as YouTubers, oftentimes we feel like we need to try a whole lot of different things. And that can be good and bad. Keeping an open mind and trying new things is not a bad idea. But the challenge with that is sometimes it takes a while to build momentum. Like one of the things that I've said in the past is if you want to go back and optimize one of your older videos... for one thing, you should make sure that it's no longer performing very well, so you don't ruin any inertia that it already has. So if you've got an old video that's getting less than 100 views a month, then maybe that would be the time to go and change up the thumbnail, the title, the description, the tags, whatever, for more effectiveness. But if you're getting 100 views a month or more, I would probably let it be, just because it is still kind of performing to some degree, and maybe you can target your effort on a video that's not performing as well. And then when you do those things, it's easy to be like, have an idea after you've done it. Oh, what I should have done was this. I should have tried that tag. I should have tried that title. But you need to give it some time to see if it gains traction. You got to get re-indexed on the search engines. You get re-spidered, as we used to call it in Web 1.0. And so too much change too rapidly can be problematic as well. So it's a balancing act. So that's tough. So anyways, Amanda's Right Life. I like that profile picture. I think that's what she had last time I looked. The only way to have a right life and catch them all is to play them all and subscribe to me. Hopefully you got the word play there. Get it? I like it. That's kind of cute. I like the play on right life. Like it's like, you're leading a RIGHT, like correct, morally sound life, doing the right thing, things like that, but written like WRITE, like writing, creative writing and things like that. So I think that's kind of cool. And I know that you also have a Pokemon interest, which goes with the style of your profile picture. And so Catch 'em All is obviously part of the Pokemon slogan. So let's dive into the channel here. I have looked at her channel several times before, so I may have some limited feedback I'm able to provide. So the banner, there's a lot of pixelation going on there in that. So I would think if you can do something that's like a higher resolution or a crisper, like higher DPI or something. And I apologize, there's like, I don't know, construction going on. So if the microphone's picking up those sounds, it's completely out of my control. I figured it was better to go live with annoying sounds than not go live at all. Hopefully you agree. So anyways, so it's a little fuzzy, the text. So I would say that if there's any way you could make that more crisp, that would be good. It looks like on the right, you got a candy, a bonbon sort of thing. And then part of a gray curve, not sure what that is. And on the left, you've got what looks like the left half of a Batman symbol, maybe like Batman 66. So I'm not sure if I'm correctly identifying what that is, just because it seems to be cropped a little bit by the gray block in the center. So again, what I recommend to most YouTubers, if you're looking at designing your banner, just search YouTube banner dimensions, and you can find very easily some images that will have a bunch of different boxes on it. And those boxes will represent the different resolutions that YouTube's banner will display at, whether it's on a mobile phone, a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, your TV, a game console, whatever. And they're easy to find, they're cheap, they're free. So find those, and if you have something like Photoshop, layer it over your banner so that you can see where those lines are. Do it like a 50% transparency. So add the layer and set it to 50%. And then you can see where those lines are. And so the key messaging and imagery that you want should be in the very smallest box, because that smallest box will appear on every device. Once you've done that, then look where all those lines are. If the lines are cutting through something, if it's cutting through a face or a word or an image that you want people to see in its entirety, maybe move it so that it is clearly not crossing one of those lines. So maybe, an icon you put on there or something might only appear on desktop and not on mobile, but at least when it does appear, it appears in its entirety. So it looks a little bit more professional and more deliberate. One thing I'm actually just noticing right this moment is I see that there's a background on the thumbnails that matches sort of some of the background of the banner. And so that's a great idea. I like the idea of having that image consistency. So that's not bad. Maybe scaling out the purple part so that we see a little of the repetition, or at least the full, what looks like a bat. Would probably be a little better, or just narrowing in on that gray part. I'm not sure what the curve on the side is there. So it almost feels like it's a bit of a screenshot, which is interesting, and that might account for why it's a little less crisp. But those are just some thoughts about the banner. Thinking about those thumbnails, you got some good stuff going on with the thumbnails here. Like in that very first one, I noticed that there's this like overlay of a Pokeball. That's kind of cool. I like that because it's subtle, and it's like you're doing two things with the same space of the image, which is kind of nice. And it's very clearly going to be about Pokemon. Anyone who knows the Pokeball knows that image, knows that that's what it's about. In an instant, in a glance out of the corner of my eye, I instantly have a good sense that that's going to be about Pokemon. So that's pretty cool. And so I also like your text on the thumbnails. Very readable, very nice. You've got sort of the black on the white. Super high contrast, couldn't get more high contrast than that, so that's good. And the way that you've placed the text, the timestamp is not interfering with your image at all. So I would say your thumbnail game has improved, and I'm no expert at these sorts of things necessarily, but that's sort of my impression, so that's pretty good. I noticed that you're captioning your videos, so a lot of respect there. That's not easy work. You got your social links, which is quite good. It's interesting that you have a couple playlists here. What I would recommend on these playlists is, rather than having it as a single box, set it up as a row where the whole playlist is a row. So then there will be, like in the resolution I'm at right now, there will be 5, and in some screens 6 thumbnails and videos that people can click. So rather than having one image trying to entice someone, you could have 5 or 6. So if the first one doesn't work but the second one does, you're maybe more likely to get that click. I think that would be a way to go. I like the binge me playlist idea. That's kind of cool, where it's just kind of all your videos, presumably. So that's pretty awesome, or at least a big chunk. I think that's a really good idea if there's somebody who just feels like doing that. Like when I first discovered Pat Contry, I wanted to binge his content, but actually navigating his page, and he's got over 200,000 subscribers. Navigating his channel to do that was a little bit of work, and so I think that's a really good strategy that you're rocking there. One thing I'm noticing, however, with these playlists is the playlists themselves don't seem to have descriptions. So when you go into your playlists, you can add a description to it. And so that's a step that a lot of YouTubers miss, which means that if you know to do it, that's a competitive advantage for you. So I would recommend going in because it does feed into the SEO. So if some of the keywords like Pokemon appear in the title and in the description of the playlist, then in the title and description and tags and comments and words you say and captions on the videos and maybe in the channel description as well, that's when you get that keyword alignment, that the confidence the algorithm has that that's what your video is about and that's what your channel is about is increased, and it is therefore more confident to show your videos to other people, be it through search results or recommended. So that's an easy thing to do. You go to your, you can go to your playlist page, and you can just do it straight there in Classic Creator Studio anyways. So that's cool. Let's take a look at Channelytics. This is a free TubeBuddy tool. So again, if you don't have TubeBuddy, there's a link down below. Even the free version used to have 31 tools. Now it is 32 free tools. If you want to be a success at YouTube and you're saying no to 32 free tools, I don't know why you're here, because you're coming for free help from me. Why not get free help from them? And it's super useful. And this is one of the things that I really like about it is Channelytics. This is in the free version. You don't have to pay for this. And you can take a look at, you can compare channel growth and stuff versus your channel or another. That can be a little useful, but what I personally find super useful as a content creator myself with Channelytics is channel tags. So you can look at what the competition in your niche is doing, or just YouTubers you enjoy or respect, even if they're not in your niche, because it might inspire you for your channel tags. And again, channel tags, I think, is something that is often neglected. Now, I know that there are some big YouTubers out there that tell you, oh, meta tags don't matter anymore and stuff like that. And when it comes to these things, I would say that that when it comes to the algorithm, it's all opinion. So, and yes, okay, YouTube has said some things where I think they have a statement somewhere in their Creator Studio that says, yeah, the tags are just to help you correct common misspellings or something. But that hasn't been my experience at all. When I get my meta tags right and I rank in search, then I get traffic from search. So maybe that's where they're going in the future. I don't know. But again, as a small YouTuber, we don't have the advantage of a giant built-in audience, generally speaking. We didn't bring over thousands of subscribers from our very popular Instagram, or maybe we did, but whatever it is, we want every little advantage. I mean, like if you've seen the movie Any Given Sunday, where Al Pacino talks about like clawing for every inch on the football field, that's American football. But he's like, we die for that inch. And so every tiny little competitive advantage, you never know which one's going to be the turnkey that makes the complete difference for your channel. Whether it's a matter of getting you recommended somewhere and then you get a bunch of views that convert into subscribers and then you're off to the races. But it doesn't necessarily need to be that either. For example, on my Vacation Impossible channel, I had a video where I was talking about what kind of power outlets are on a cruise ship, right? And so that video didn't do particularly well. It got like 200 views, which for my channel is not huge. It's actually pretty small. I think my channel averages about 1,100 views per video, give or take. I haven't checked the averages in at least a few months. So maybe it's better, maybe it's worse. I don't know. That video didn't seem to do very well. So why am I talking about it? What happened there was I had the search tags and the SEO so nicely calibrated, let's say, that there was a company out there, I don't have it in front of me, but they make a cube that you can use on cruise ships. You plug it in, and it gives you 2 USB ports and then 3 regular power ports. So even though you only have one plug, you now have a multitude. So anyways, they were, I presume, they were like Google hacking themselves. They were searching themselves to see what came up. And my video came up well above any of theirs or any that mentioned their product. even though it only had 200 views, I came up very highly in search. So this company reached out to me and they said, hey, what if we send you a free product? Would you be willing to do a review? And I said, yeah, sure. That's great. This is a thing that I could use, especially when I travel. I bring all sorts of camera equipment with me. I got to charge it all. Like, this is actually a thing I could use. And so they sent it to me for free, which was nice. And I did a little review here at home. And then I did another review where I was on the cruise ship. Well, I didn't review it. I was talking about the outlets on the newest Carnival cruise ship, the Panorama, which was on in December. And I say, like, hey, there's more plugs here, but we still use this because we need to plug more things in. And there was also an issue where some of the plugs wouldn't fit unless I used the cube. And so part of the arrangement with this organization that sent me this free sample was they wanted links to their product on Amazon for Canada and the United States. And so when this happened, that's when I became an Amazon affiliate. Probably got about a half hour left to the live stream minimum, just letting you know. I'll try to go as long as I can. But so that's when I decided to pull the trigger and finally join Amazon affiliates. And it's a struggle because you have to get 3 verified sales in the first 6 months. In the US, I was able to make that in about 4 months. In Canada, I don't think I've made any, and I think I'm about to get kicked out of the program. But that's just because my audience is largely American. So I'm struggling a little bit with the Canadian affiliate links for Amazon, but I'm pretty solidly in the US program at least. And so because they wanted links to their products, I figured now's the time to make them affiliate links. If I'm going to be trying to drive people to those links, I might as well get a little something out of it. So when somebody clicks on that, if they purchase that particular cube, I get like 61 cents. But I'm also getting potential credit for anything they buy on Amazon for the whole next 24 hours. That's the way that Amazon affiliate program works. So I've gotten credit for people buying t-shirts and plus-size dresses and other things. And it's kind of cool because you can actually go and see what products people are buying. And I'm like, wow, I wasn't expecting that level of openness. And so I was like, this is interesting. So I didn't have a huge audience. I didn't even get a lot of views on that video. But, and as far as I'm concerned, the whole reason that I'm currently active in the US Amazon affiliate program is because I had solid SEO on one video that didn't even get a lot of views. There's a lot of linkages in that chain, I admit, but that's how that happened. So, small YouTubers, you don't know what your path to success is, depending on what you want. Do you want the free thing? Do you want the money? Do you want the views? Do you want whatever it is that you're going for? I strongly think that SEO and meta tags are still very important. It's just not in, I think, like the mainstream thinks of one path to success. I'll post a video, it'll go viral, I'll get millions of views, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I'll never have to work again in my life. And I just don't think that's how it happens. Some people think that's how it used to happen. I don't know. I think that there's a little revisionist history and rose-colored glasses going on there. I don't know that it was ever necessarily like that. We hear about the people who had that success story. You know, we hear about the PewDiePies and that woman in the van with the snake and the other stuff that blow up overnight because they're unusual. And that's why we hear about them. But there's plenty of people out there that find some measure of success, however you define it. Whether it's promoting a cause, finding an audience, making money, whatever it is. So that's why I think that there's like 100 things that small YouTubers need to be doing. Channel tags is one of them. Bit of a rant there, but what can you do? So here we just have 3 variations of your name. And so I would suggest adding more channel tags. Pokemon should definitely be in there at a bare minimum. And so I think that you, and so another idea is like, yeah, look at maybe the top Pokemon YouTubers or creative writing YouTubers or whatever else it might be, with the TubeBuddy free browser extension installed. Look at the channel links and see what tags they're using. If they match your channel, you could copy them. There is a little button here for copy. You click copy tags, you select the ones you want, puts it on your clipboard, then you go paste them into your channel. You can do that if you want. But I would caution you against anything that's not accurate, because you can't misrepresent yourself. That's a violation of YouTube's terms of service. You risk your channel being shut down. So any tags that you put there should at least be accurate. And so also, if all you do is copy them without adding your own flavor, without letting it inspire you to do something different, is the best you could hope for is to be a shadow of them. Which, I mean, hey, you might be able to get some decent traffic that way, maybe through recommended. But I would recommend doing not just a copy and paste for those 2 reasons. So that's something to think about there. Let's check out the About page, and then I'll probably hop back into chat. I'm a gaming and Pokemon channel. Gaming on Mondays, product review or vlog on Fridays. That's cool. Again, I think the description could really be beefed up. Talk about examples of your more popular videos. You could wait a minute. Joined December 22nd, 2019. You started a new channel? What's that all about? I thought these view counts were low. I thought that subscriber count was low. Did something happen to your old channel? Did you change it into something else? I hope it didn't get shut down or anything. There's no reason it should have been based on what I saw in the past. Huh. That's interesting. So anyways, I talk a lot in previous videos, and so I won't go on for too long. But again, about the description, SEO matters in your channel description as well. So, go look at some of your more popular videos and maybe talk a little bit about them. And also, I recommend looking at and thinking about why you have your channel and speaking to that here. Are you trying to raise awareness of something? Are you trying to share enjoyment, make people happy, brighten their day? Are you trying to, drag yourself out of poverty? Are you trying to, whatever your cause is, that, if there's a noble purpose behind it that you can dig down and you sit with yourself and think for a little bit, why do I do this? And then if you share that why, people will have another deeper reason to support you and to another level. There's something called the theory of the 1,000 true fans. That goes a little something like this. If you have 1,000 true fans, and we define true fans as someone that will watch everything you put out and buy everything you sell, and you're able to extract about $100 worth of revenue from them every year, whether it's through them watching videos that have ads on them, buying a book or a DVD or some other thing, DVD's a little dated, Blu-ray, or, I don't know, listen to your songs on Spotify, whatever generates you money, affiliate links, whatever it is. If you can get 1,000 people that love you to that point where they will do whatever you put out there, and you can get about $100 out of each one of them every year, that's $100,000 a year you don't have to work again. So how do you get people to true fan level? There's all different levels of fan, and I don't think they have firm definitions. I don't have firm definitions, really. And so there's the casual person who might watch one video, someone who might subscribe, watch a handful of videos, may watch only certain kinds of videos, some watch all videos. But then there's that true fan, the super fan, whatever you want to call it, that will hopefully consume everything. And that's the thing. And so what gets you to that level? And I think it's an emotional connection for a lot of people. And so if they believe what you believe, if you have an alignment of values, then whatever your cause is, they're happy to get behind. And one of the things that frustrates me about small YouTubers is they'll be like, support me, bro. And that's not honestly the greatest approach, because you're making it about you. I think the more successful approach is when you make it about the audience, and so if it's, they won't support you for you, they're going to support you for them. How do you motivate them to do that? How does it become something that they want to do for their own reasons? Like College Humor recently went through some difficult restructuring. They fired pretty much everyone. The company dropped them, and the president of content or whatever bought the organization. And I've enjoyed College Humor for years on years. And so I was very concerned. And so I believe in, scripted content. I like sketch comedy. I think that what they did was 60 to 80% really solid. There's 10% that was horrible and 10% kind of in the middle range. But I liked a lot of the stuff that they put out, and I don't want that to go away. And so I went and I signed up for their paid service Dropout. I've been binge watching their old content, things I've seen before, but also things that they made that, like Jake and Amir, which I wasn't interested in before, but I'm trying to give it a chance, and it's kind of growing on me in parts and stuff like that. And so I feel motivated to support them. But honestly, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me because I want more of their kind of content. I love Troopers. I love, Actually, and the other shows that they produce, and I would love to see more of that sort of stuff. And so I'm doing it for me, not for them. And they, haven't really asked people to do. They asked people to sign up for Dropout, but that's about it. They haven't been saying, please binge watch your old content. That's just something I've been doing. And I've been enjoying it as well. Rewatching some things, discovering some new things I didn't know about before, and stuff like that. And so it's because that I feel a connection with them. I feel connection with the things that Pat Contry believes in. He doesn't believe in people who counterfeit retro games and things like that. And I agree with that, and a lot of other things. And so when you can connect with your audience on that level, that's what makes them a true fan. I have Pat Contry's books. I have his DVDs. Yes, DVDs. I go see him at Portland Retro Gaming Expo every year. I am a true fan of Pat Contry and College Humor. So how do you get people to true fan? I was a true fan of Brett Westgore, very small YouTuber. He recently removed his videos from YouTube, which I was upset about, but I had told family and friends. I had actually reached out to him, and I was in the process of working on a collab we were going to do. And so his premise was that he was going to save up and buy a Tesla for a year. And I'm like kind of gaga for Teslas. And so I believed what he believed, that, self-driving cars are safer and electric cars are better for the environment. And so, and making them more accessible to the common people is great. And so I really felt a connection. Max Hickson, I've done a video on this channel about him. He does some great rockabilly music, which is something I don't generally like, but every now and then, and his stuff I absolutely enjoy. And so he's a musician, he's hustling, he's working on cruise ships and stuff, he's from the UK. I believe in what he believes, so I'm happy to support him. How do you get people to that level? It's sharing what you believe. And so if you can find a deeper level, I think that could form those, casting a wide net is great, but if you can form a few meaningful connections, I think that can really be another path to success. There's no reason you couldn't take both paths. So, that having been said, let's go see what's going on in chat. Someone to make you a banner at some point, yeah. Great rate to pay. My old subscription service back. They did all the thumbnails and banners. Yeah, I had them do a couple thumbnails for me, Talentsy, back in the day. People clicked on my Amazon affiliate links and it says they ordered stuff, but I never got the money for the sale, even if I know they bought it and it got shipped. That's weird. I mean, I'm in Canada and I'm so far only qualified in the US. And so in order to pay out internationally, I think I have to wait till I earn like $100. And I'm not even a third of the way there yet. So I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, there we go. Let's see who is next. 3 Hype House, formerly Young 5, who I have reviewed in the past. Let's see if he had a request. And not seeing him in chat after that initial bit. If you're still around, let me know if you've got a request. I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm just going to kind of move right along. JT Halo 9 was the next to chat. I reviewed his channel last time. So, unless there was a question. Again, so yeah, if either of you have a request, throw it in chat. In the meantime, I'll just keep moving on. Frankie London is here. Let's see, Frankie London. I really like the group on Facebook. Thank you. That's awesome. That means a lot. That group has been amazing. I joined it within days of its creation and became a moderator the following spring. And about a year after that, I became the admin. And out of all the groups that I've been in, and I mean, it sounds self-serving to say because I'm the admin now, but even before I was, it was the only one where I felt that I had a good balance of freedom and lack of spam. So I can post something there and not get tons of people dropping their links on it, and I can get some genuine interaction and feedback and thoughtful replies. And that can mean so much to a small YouTuber because sometimes it really feels like we're just shouting into the void of space. I mean, let me know. Do you feel that way? Let me know in chat. Like, I tweet something and it doesn't get a like or a retweet. I'm like, did it even happen? Tree falls in the woods and nobody's around, doesn't make a sound. I'm testing it daily. But this is a place where small YouTubers can really come together and, combine our forces and share the things that we learn. And I think that's great. I need to learn about SEO. I have an SEO video in the works. It's going to be talking all about your video titles and SEO. So stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Got to get the subscription request in there. Let's see here. Frankie London looks like it's all on his phone. He's got a better phone than mine, I think. Hit the like button to thank AR for helping us. Thank you, Frankie. That's very... that kind of stuff makes my day. When, it is amazing when I see some, and I love seeing it in the group so much. I can't put it into words, but it's like when I see one small YouTuber helping another small YouTuber and asking and receiving nothing in return for benefit, it's like, this makes me feel better about humanity. Doesn't it just a little? I don't know. I think it's great. And the thing is, we see so much spam bots and people being selfish and being like, subscribe to me, bro, or sub for sub. Let's scam the system and all this stuff. But when it's just that genuine selflessness, man, that makes it worth it. You guys are awesome. Let me just see if Frankie London had any particular specific request or question. Oh, and it looks like Amanda's Right Life wanted to come to the feed and see what people thought of. Yeah, it's a new channel, her new channel. So hey, people in chat, please let Amanda know, what do you think about what you've seen of her channel here? Please do. Let's see here, Frankie. I really enjoy your reviews. I've updated my channel since you last reviewed. The group is amazing, full of tricks and tips, and the admins and moderators are great. I'm female. Sorry, that's twice in a row I've done that wrong. I'm, I was thinking of Frankie Valli for some reason. I don't know why, but I got to stop assuming genders of people because I got it wrong last time too. I didn't even realize it. I went and I rewatched it and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, I called that dude a girl. Sorry. No disrespect intended. Achilles Melee is here as well. Awesome. Just got up and yeah, I wish I had slept in for longer or not as long. I think I hit that range where I woke up just when I woke up like 7 and went back to sleep. Woke up like 7:55 and I was feeling kind of rested. But I'm like, screw it, I'm going to sleep some more. And then when I woke up the time after that, I felt less rested than I did at 7:55. I just should have gotten up at 7:55. I missed the sweet spots. Now I feel tired. All right, let's find Frankie London. Okay. I'm guessing this is it here, vlogging and gaming. So it looks like you got some keyword alignment on your channel trailer, which is good. But not much else. The name is getting a poor rating on TubeBuddy, but that's just because it is a name. I find that's relatively common. Oh, and in my own defense, I'm looking at my Search Explorer here from my TubeBuddy browser plugin. If you don't have it, get the free version down below. But the second most used tag is Frankie Valli, and that's exactly who came to my mind. So Frankie Valli London 2018-2019. Frankie Valli's not... Is Frankie Valli still alive? Sorry, I'm off on a side. That is my own Wikipedia searching for later. Oh, hey, I remember this profile. Is this the right one? All right, yeah, Frankie, I've looked at your channel before. I remember that picture. I like that picture. So I've talked about that before. Let's see. Welcome to a wonderful world of me, full of games and simple life. This is a gaming and vlogging channel. This is where you will. So that's not bad. It feels like there's some filler words in there, but you're explaining your channel quickly and you're getting some keywords in there. They are super competitive keywords in terms of games, gaming, and vlogging. So if you're able to niche down any more specifically than that, then you immediately eliminate a bunch of competition. Let's dive into the channel here. So, that's an interesting shot there. So yeah, you've got your channel trailer there. I'm just going to shut down Channelytics for the moment. You got your channel trailer there. That's pretty good. Straight to the point. I like the banner quite a bit. This is pretty good. Steal the prison bus. That's probably like, I'm guessing from like GTA or something. So this is pretty good. Your text is popping. You've got some icons here that are pretty decent to give an explanation of what's going on. My one thought, and this is just like a tiny nitpick, I'm really grasping here, is it feels like the image is a little off-centered in the sense that you've got this white space left of your face, right of the controller, where nothing's really happening. And because you have the icon of the clacker board to the right of vlogging, but the icon for the gaming to the right of gaming, it feels like it's a little off balance. What I would suggest is possibly moving the controller to the left of gaming, and maybe centering that middle image a little bit more so that the white space, because there's like the empty space or there's the white space you use to frame something. So if you were able to take the picture of yourself and move it a little bit more center where you have some space on either side of you, it would make you more of a focal point, rather than right now it's, I guess, like lopsided with a big white space. I don't know. I'm grasping here because this is actually really good. I don't have a lot of feedback on this. You've got a link here to Facebook and Patreon. I would recommend removing the word Facebook from that right there because the Facebook icon is there. And I mean, everybody knows what Facebook is at this point. I'm just curious if I were to click on this, is it a page? Okay. Yeah, all right. So this is a Facebook page. So this is a thing that is definitely worth YouTubers considering doing, I recommend it, is create a page for your channel name. Even if you're not doing anything with it now, lock it down so that if you become famous while you're sleeping or on vacation, somebody else doesn't create an imposter. And your page will have been there, page created date, you will predate the imposters. And so I think that's a good idea. And then again, you never know where you're going to blow up. So that's good. I think that's a good thing that you've done that. And of course, you've got your Patreon. Let's take a quick look at that. Why not? I have a Patreon. I've got 2 patrons. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but I do post a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff there. Yeah, all right, this has me all logged in and stuff. So, okay. Don't have Patreons yet. Do you have tiers set up? It doesn't look like... Oh, it hasn't posted anything. Yeah, so what I would recommend for Patreon is, do a little bit of setup, create a tier or 2. Create one for like $1 so that it's a low level of entry, and then something above that so that the super fans can express the fact that they are super fans, and post a couple things there even though there isn't an audience yet, so that if and when people sign up, there'll be something there waiting for them. Is my advice. An easy thing for Patreon that I do, and I have not achieved much success on Patreon, so I might not be the best person to listen to here. I need to wrap this up, sorry. But behind the scenes pictures. So if you're setting up a shoot, quickly grab your phone or whatever, another camera, and take a picture of that so that it's like a behind the scenes thing that people post. You could write blog entries, you could do things like that. Pictures that other people don't see, just a little bit of exclusive content to get you started. Uploads, popular uploads, GTA 5. You've got a playlist description there, which is good. I would recommend recommending other channels. If there's anyone that you want to collab with, have collabed with. When in doubt, you can always use the people who make the game. So GTA, you can put Rockstar there. It shows that you support other channels, but it also signals to the algorithm that you are similar to that content. So it increases the algorithm's confidence in what you're all about. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I noticed that you do have an Assassin's Creed playlist here that has 6 videos. So I would add that to your homepage as well. Because then you have, whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Chanalytics doing me in there. Yeah, so I would consider adding that. And you may want to consider putting popular uploads a little bit further down. I'm not sure. That's a decision you can make for yourself there, of course. You have channel rules. That's interesting. Just checking this out. Gameplay once a month live. Blog Sunday 9 p.m. Sarcasm explicit content. And so you don't have your email here. I would recommend adding your email. YouTube will mask it so that someone has to click to get it. So a spam bot won't be able to capture it easily. But if somebody does want to collaborate with you, maybe they want to offer you a free code to play and review their game. I know that a small YouTuber in our group recently got there first. So congratulations, you. You know who I'm talking about. If it's you. I don't know if that's public knowledge, so I don't want to say anything that I can't say. But, congratulations to that person. They got their first video game to review for their channel. So that's awesome. And so email is one of the more professional, traditional ways that a company will reach out. So yeah, I think that is something that you could consider adding. And I see that you're using space here to kind of control what shows up on the preview. And so that's kind of cool. Respect that. And so the one thing I would again suggest here is a little bit more about why you have your channel, because you're putting time and effort into it. Why? So that other people can identify with that. And the other thing is maybe mention Assassin's Creed and GTA 5 somewhere in the description. Just as examples. It doesn't have to be an exhaustive list, but then you get those game titles in there for greater SEO alignment. And I see that you've joined almost the same day I joined, like the same month, October of 2006. So, respect to the OG YouTuber here. I've been on the platform about that long myself. So anyways, with that in mind, I need to draw things to a close. I have family obligations. I gotta go take my kid to go get his first bank account. So I need to do that. Let me just quickly take a glance in chat and see how things are going there. Sorry, this was a short one. Hopefully the next time will be better. I would recommend updating your thumbnails. Yeah, like actually the thumbnail for your channel trailer is a little hard to read. So a blockier font like Beebus and having a drop shadow rather than the yellow, I think, might work a little better. and there's not a lot of consistency across the thumbnails. If it's just a shot of the game, I would suggest adding something a bit more, whether it's an arrow or some text in Bebas font or something, just so that it's not just a shot of the game, I think would do better. But this red font on the GTA 5 Motor War Last Man Standing, that's hard to read. So you want something blockier with a drop shadow, would be my advice. Can't wait for the next stream. Yeah, sorry this was a short one. What I would suggest is subscribe to the channel with notifications on. So next time I go live, it's often without much notice just because of how my life works. Then you can get in early and you can get your channel review, your question answered. Is the TubeBuddy app on mobile? Yes, there is a TubeBuddy app on mobile, as well as the browser plugin, as well as their website. Personally, I find the browser plugin most valuable, then the app, then their website. But yeah, no, the TubeBuddy mobile. I've been doing some uploading on the road, and so I've been using the TubeBuddy mobile app, trying to get that without glare. But I've been using that for last couple of months, and so I would use the tag suggestions and various the best practices list and stuff like that is very good. So I do highly recommend the TubeBuddy mobile app. Back to chat. Still setting up the Patreon. That's cool. How much am I worth? Start with $1. I think everyone with a Patreon should have a $1 tier, and then you can have additional tiers higher than that. It's just because $1 is an easy toe in the water thing for a consumer to do, and it's not about your worth; it's about their comfort level. And so then if you provide the value at $1 and you explain what is at a higher value, and that's where it's harder to know your worth. Because like I had a $4 tier, $3 tier. I had one person there, and then not too long ago they dropped down to a $1. So I'm like, okay, not really sure. I gotta, I gotta think about that for a better strategy, if indeed that's what I want to do. So anyways, yeah. So I always try to end these with a bit of a challenge. So this is, I run the Vacation Impossible Challenge, so it's sort of like a Mission Impossible theme. So your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go look at a popular channel in your niche with the TubeBuddy browser plugin installed and see what channel tags they have. And ask yourself, should I be using similar tags either on my videos and or my channel? And just give that some thought and let it inspire you to maybe if you're struggling with video ideas, that might inspire you for a new video idea. Or if you're struggling with tags, it might inspire a tag. It might not be the same, but it could be similar or just spark an idea. So with that, unfortunately, I do have to draw to a close this live stream, but do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We've got a bunch of different videos here on the channel explaining TubeBuddy, other things about YouTube. You can watch old live streams. And yeah, we've got an SEO video coming soon. Watch out for that one. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday. And yeah, so go out there and keep hustling away at YouTube so that the small becomes the medium, becomes the big. And don't forget me when you're famous. This live stream will self-destruct in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.